Traditional craft beer pricing strategies are dead. What if I told you there's a way to increase margins in the next 90 days? I'm Trip. I've spent years working in the bar restaurant business. Plus, I've spent decades as an agency owner and the owner of my own brick and mortar business. And I'm using my knowledge and expertise to help craft breweries adapt to market changes. Not through charts and graphs, but proven methods and my own trial and error. So let me streamline your pathway to building the brewery of your dreams. Put pricing in the comments down below, and I'll share a PDF with all the strategy that I'm going to be providing today. Makes it a lot easier than having to take a bunch of notes. So do that right now. And let's look at what can make a difference for you and your business, not just in the rest of 2024, but to position yourself to make 2025 the best year ever. Before we get into tactics and tips, let's explore a little bit of data. The Brewers Association tells us craft beer sales grew 6% last year, with 3.2% of the U.S. beer market dominated by craft beers. Retail value hit $28.4 billion. There's money there. Over 9,500 breweries are competing for that money. The National Beer Wholesaler Association found 80% of craft beer sales happen within 150 miles of your location. Direct-to-consumer sales grow 2.5 times faster than sales through a distributor. Nielsen data shows craft beer commands 20 to 30% higher prices than the big beer options. And value packs have been growing 15% during these economic pressure times. Now, here's what all that means for you. The current scenario presents a great deal of competitive pressure, and your spot in the pricing structure is facing the greatest pressure of all. Through rising costs, which are across the board, I dare anybody to tell me that it's not an ultra-competitive market. And that's not going to change dramatically anytime soon. So what do? Sit in the corner, moan and groan? Fret about your situation? Or do you analyze, adjust, analyze some more, and make changes and institute new ideas to the best possible way to allow you to circumvent these current pressures and tides? If you're still watching the video, I know what camp you're in, and I want to help you. So let's talk about some ideas. Look at some breweries doing similar things and plow a new path for you to follow. Let's dive in. First concept to think about is offering smaller packaging formats. By selling beer in smaller formats, craft brewers can provide an affordable entry point for price-conscious consumers. It offers price-conscious consumers an appealing avenue into exploring your total offerings by creating variety packs with different styles of beer. This enables them to enjoy high-quality craft beer without committing to the higher price per unit, maintaining them some affordability. Use a smaller product size in new POP, point of purchase situations, and use that smaller sizing as a benefit to your customer's experience. This appeals to price-conscious consumers by offering variety and value, encouraging them also to explore more of your product line without feeling that they're overcommitted. How to start thinking about this? Smaller packaging, introduce 8-ounce cans and make the product more affordable without compromising the premium experience you're offering folks. These units can be marked as a healthier or a more manageable option, provided as a win for them. Think about new places to sell your product. Of course, you've got to make sure you're legally able to do it, but maybe if you can use convenience stores, one of the things you could do with this new smaller packaging size, focus on a placement where consumers can purchase quick meals and beverages together. That can be convenience stores, delis, even some restaurants have takeout options. You want to use targeted promotions. Bundle smaller packages with exclusive taproom experiences to enhance the perceived value of what you're doing. Some ways to implement these things: think about seasonal or theme packs. Create theme variety packs based on seasonal specific styles. Example, an all IPA or a sour mix. This way consumers can try more styles while feeling they're still getting a lot of value. You can also combine core products with one or two exclusive or limited edition beers to add a sense of rarity and appeal. Look for collaborations. Partner with other local breweries to create collaborative variety packs. Offer a diverse range of products without bearing all of the production costs for yourself. Some examples of breweries doing this: Sam Adams has the Game Day Beers Variety Pack. They mix their core beers with special releases, creating a balance of familiarity and novelty for their loyal customers. Another example, Sierra Nevada sampler packs. They allow consumers to try a variety of different styles in smaller quantities, offering them the ability to get variety without a large price or cost associated with that. If you put this tactic into your business, here's how you track to see if it's successful. You want to look at package size movement compared to your traditional sizes. You want to look at customer acquisition cost. Again, previous versus new. You want to look at revenue per unit sales as well, measuring previous size to new size. Next thing, let's go inside in your tap room. Let's look at the experience folks are having. You want to create an engaging tap room experience to help build brand loyalty. This will help offset price sensitivity. Consumers are willing to pay more when they associate the product with a memorable or exclusive experience rather than just a commodity. Remember, direct-to-consumer sales is growing 2.5 times faster than other sales options. So this is a great place to lean into. How to start thinking about this? Think about having regular events. Think about membership opportunities and benefits. Consider food partnerships and a community connection. Some ways you might start to implement these things. Think about event-driven engagement. Host events like beer tastings, food pairings, live music in the tap room. That all helps to enhance the customer experience. When we talk about, loyalty programs or membership clubs, you want to make sure the loyalist customers receive discounts. They get access to exclusive products or early access to new releases. This will help make that program special to them. It will help them feel special to you, and it will help build that connection you have with those folks. You also want to partner in collaborative manners with whether it's local food trucks or chefs to provide a complete dining experience along with your beer. This will add more value. It can increase the time folks are spending with you, and it'll make you more appealing to a greater percentage of your overall marketplace. Some examples of breweries doing this, Aslan Brewery Company, they found success by emphasizing their tap rooms community and experience-driven atmosphere. They're providing value beyond just the price of the pint. If you put this type of marketing into your business, some ways to track success would be how many folks attend an event. How much is the average guest spending? You want to look if you've got member programs. What's the difference between a member and a non-member sales? And how many return visits do you see from your members? Other ideas to consider. Let's think about some ways to be really unique. Let's brainstorm for a bit. How to engage visitors, build community, and be real creative and fun in it. You could have a bring your own vinyl night. Guests can bring their favorite records and play them in the tap room, creating a personalized and nostalgic music experience. This is a low-cost event. It can attract folks from every range of age, and it's something where folks can interact and make friends, and it creates a great environment. Next thing would be game nights. Breweries like Rip Current in Santa Monica, California, have had success hosting oversized game nights with giant versions of classic games like Jenga and Connect 4. It's playful, it's interactive, it's something that they're not going to find anywhere else. Beer and yoga, you're combining fitness with beer tasting. Breweries are offering yoga classes right in the tap room where participants can enjoy a pint after their workout. This is especially popular, of course, with the folks who are health conscious, and it's nothing but a growing trend. Brewery Brewery in Newtown did a goat yoga. Now, they have a nice outdoor area, so it wasn't such a health concern having goats in the tap room. But an added benefit for Reverie, this was done early in the day, typically the slowest time. They might not even normally have been open when they were doing that. Another concept to bounce around and consider: local artist collaborations. Breweries are turning into art hubs, and by partnering with local musicians, local visual artists, gives them an opportunity to showcase their work, and it creates a dynamic environment that supports the local creativity community in your area. You might even go so far as tying in situations where artists can be featured on a can. Of course, you've got walls. Put artists on the wall. Another thing to think about, a home brewer showcase. Some tap rooms invite local home brewers to share their creations. They do it in a friendly competition manner. Guests can taste and vote on their favorites. This helps foster community, helps folks collaborate, and it makes you a focal point in the local brewing scene. All sorts of options outside of this are tied to what happens in our greater community and our greater world, so to speak. Think about having a fantasy sports draft event. You're capitalizing on the popularity of fantasy sports. You could have the brewery host draft day event. You can offer specials and a space with reliable Wi-Fi for leagues to host their fantasy drafts. And of course, what's going to happen? Last week of the season, you're going to have the, winner and loser events. So you really have one event becomes two. When you're thinking about events, think about the fact that pretty much every month offers an event. We just quickly laid out 6 more options, really call them 7. So if you've got an event every month, if you did each of these 7 twice, so now we're at 12 and 14, you're talking about 28 events. So call that, one every other week. Now what you've done is you've opened up your tap room to a situation where every other week there's something fantastic and different, drawing loads of different folks into your world and opportunities for them to experience your beer and everything else you bring to the table, literally and figuratively. Next concept let's explore some more on is focusing on innovative ingredients that also make the brewing process more affordable. When you use alternative, affordable ingredients or experiments with styles that maybe require fewer expensive raw materials, if you can maintain the same production variety and quality while controlling and lowering costs, what have you just done? You've increased some revenue. The key to getting the most out of this opportunity is to look at things at every possible angle. Let's talk more about this. In business, there are opportunities to profit or save money they'll almost appear out of the blue. I had a translation business for a few years. It did very well. As you're hearing right now, I can barely speak English, and that's my only language. But this opportunity came because there was a change in a law in my state. I had customers who before had no need for translation, and now many, many, many of them needed translation. So the company filled a niche and a need I saw amongst my existing customer base. I found a person that had a translation company. We established things so it'll be a win-win for him and I, and we both made money. He expanded his business, and I had a whole new revenue stream. Listen, there are opportunities like this waiting for you, but you got to grasp them. Open your eyes, think differently. I hope this is almost like you and I having a brainstorming session together for you to start thinking about new ways. When you start these things, you want to think about finding local ingredients. You want to balance your recipe costs. You want to make sure you can run these things efficiently through your processes. And you always want to make sure you've got the mix from a portfolio standpoint to satisfy and keep your existing customers happy. How you might implement this? One key approach is local sourcing. By partnering with nearby farmers and maltsters, breweries reduce the impact on the global supply chain by doing this, and it's also a method to strengthen ties with your local community. As breweries, you can highlight the fact that you're using sustainable, locally grown ingredients, which consumers, believe it or not, are willing and happy to pay a premium for. Not all of them, but a significant portion of them. An example of using lower cost ingredients. Treehouse Brewery, they mastered this by adding lower cost lagers to go with many of their IPAs, and they were able to keep the quality of these lagers high. Another method involves repurposing brewing byproducts, such as spent grain, which is often a significant waste stream. An example of brewery doing this, Ska Brewing. They're turning their spent grain into compost or even energy through partnerships with companies like Vanguard Renewables. They convert the organic waste into biogas. This not only reduces waste, but it also provides a sustainable energy source. Breweries are also adopting a just-in-time inventory system, which allows them to buy only what they need when they need it, helping to avoid spoilage and reduce overhead costs. Additionally, bulk purchasing and negotiating long-term contracts with suppliers can lower your ingredients costs over time. These strategies are helping craft brewers remain competitive despite the rising costs. It also helps foster sustainability, local economic growth. We're talking win-win-win here. If you want to put these tactics into your business, you want to track them. So look at your present versus your new production costs, your production margins, your resource use, and your quality scores. Get feedback from your best customers to determine if they're happy with what you're doing. Now let's talk about diversifying with low ABV or even non-alcoholic options. Offering these options not only broadens your market, but it can also help reduce your overall production costs. These products will appeal to health-conscious consumers and often have a lower cost per batch. How to start thinking about this? If it would work in your business, you want to build non-alcoholic options. You want to create some low ABV seasonals. You want to market to the health benefit folks. You want to check and see if you're going to be competitive from a price standpoint. Craft brewers, when they diversify, are going to broaden their audience appeal. They're going to help folks who are designated drivers or folks who are just seeking a lighter, easier drinking experience. Some strategies to put this into play. Develop seasonal beers. Create flavorful, low alcohol beers under 5 ABV that still pack the complexity and craftsmanship of your higher ABV option. Focus on styles like seasonal IPAs, pilsners, wheat beers, sour ales. Highlight the lower ABV on the packaging to attract consumers who are looking for these lighter options. Let's also talk about the non-alcoholic beer lines. Invest in technology to brew non-alcoholic NA beers, but you want to make sure you're not compromising your flavor. Some methods include reverse osmosis and controlled fermentation. Create a variety of styles, NA stouts, IPAs, or lagers. This is going to cater to diverse tastes. Focus on a clean, crisp branding that's going to appeal to the health-conscious or sober-conscious movement. And that's a growing part of things. You want to collaborate on specialty brews. Partner with local brewers or businesses, coffee shops, health food stores to create low ABV or non-alcoholic brews. Infuse beers with unique local ingredients to create interest without relying on alcohol content for appeal. Consider craft mocktails using your NA beers. Offer a menu in the taproom. Combine your non-alcoholic brews with fresh juices, herbs, and bitters, giving folks a refreshing alternative. Expand into seltzers and kombucha. Experiment with non-beer options like hard seltzers or kombucha, which offer low ABV, gluten-free, and flavorful alternatives. Leverage your brewing skills to differentiate these offerings in terms of flavor profiles and branding. Market your low ABV and non-alcoholic options as part of a balanced, health-conscious lifestyle. Put it in one big package, so to speak. Emphasize the benefits of fewer calories, hydration during outdoor activities, and mindful drinking trends, which are all going on the uptick. Offer flights featuring low ABV and non-alcoholic beers with your existing flights. Allow consumers to sample a range of options, maybe even mix and match those things. This encourages discovery and engagement, and it allows folks to get a better want of your general and overall package of products that you're providing. The more different products that you make that they want, the better chance you're going to have to see them buy your products over and over and over again. You want to look at who's going to find these things the most appealing. Athletes, wellness enthusiasts, young professionals, folks that you can do things with, partnerships with gyms, sporting events, wellness communities. You want to market your low ABV and NA offerings through social media. And when you do that, you want to focus on themes like moderation, well-being, innovation. These strategies not only help diversify your portfolio, but also attract new consumers seeking alternatives to the traditional high ABV craft beers, the things that have been the key to your success now, but need a bit of a boost. Several craft breweries are having success implementing these things. For instance, obviously, there's Athletic Brewing Company. They're the leader in the non-alcoholic space, producing a variety of styles, IPAs, golden ales, and darks, all under 0.5 ABV. Their proprietary brewing method ensures that these beers maintain the full flavor of traditional craft beers, and they've won multiple awards in the process. Bravest Brewing Company focuses exclusively on non-alcoholic beers, offering a diverse range including IPAs and stouts, which maintain the same depth of flavor as their alcoholic counterparts. Deschutes Brewery, known for innovation, utilizes BrewVO technology to remove alcohol while retaining the full character of their craft beers. This allows them to offer non-alcoholic versions of their most popular styles. Societe Brewing from San Diego, they're also noteworthy because they produce low ABV beers that pack flavor while keeping the alcohol content under 5%. That's appealing to those who are seeking that lighter experience but still want a satisfying, delicious beer. These examples show how brewers can successfully expand into these low ABV and non-alcoholic marketplaces while maintaining the quality and their existing menu. So it's just casting a net and a bigger net and bringing in more fish. If you put this tactic into your business, here's how you track your success. Category growth. Lean into the places where things are growing and doing better and cut back where they're not. You want to look at customer groups. You want to see if folks are clustering into one area and you are able to identify folks who are specifically going for one category or one offering you have in a category and lean into that. Focus in on what folks who are in your brewery want and lean into that. Look at your production efficiency. Always try and do it more efficiently and lean into places where you can produce things that people want as efficiently as possible. And then look at your overall market share. Try and get a sense of what other breweries in your market are doing or not doing and see if you are even with them, behind them, or hopefully you're leading the pack. This next topic I'm going to dive into might be a little controversial. Instead of immediately passing rising costs to consumers, there are craft brewers who are willing to absorb some of the price increases to foster long-term loyalty. Keeping prices stable through tough economic times can result in more loyal and higher return rate of customers. How to start thinking about this in your business? Freeze key product prices. Start loyalty rewards programs. Talk with your customers. Find out where their concerns are, where their issues are, and have a plan on how to absorb the cost as effectively as possible. And you'll always want to, of course, look at the long term where you can begin to increase revenue. Some ways to implement these things. Freeze prices on your most popular products while subtly increasing prices on premium or specialty items. This will help balance margin. Freeze prices on your most popular products while subtly and gradually increasing prices on some of your premium or specialty items. That's going to help balance off some of your margin. Introduce customer loyalty programs that offers discount, exclusive merchandise, or early access to new products for repeat customers. This will help maintain customer retention even when the prices eventually do rise. Be transparent about the reasons for any price adjustments. Engage with your customer base to explain the value you're providing and the cost pressures that you're managing. Folks want to help you. If they like your product, like you and your business, when you explain the difficulties you're facing, there's going to be a lot of folks who want to help and support you get through this. The concept needs to be analyzed, planned, and tracked. So first check how you're doing from a customer retention standpoint now. Think about your product mix. How does this work with your brand image? And look at your general market position. If you're going to implement this, here's a 12-month plan that can allow the right brewery to make this move and see success doing so. During the first 3 months, gather data, set up tracking, survey customers, find your baseline, and join industry groups. Understands what happened locally, understand what's happening nationally. In months 4, 5, and 6, plan out the move. Review your numbers, pick your strategy, make your plan, and set goals. Now, months 7, 8, and 9, we're going to test things out. Try new ideas. Get feedback from customers. Make changes. Write down what worked and what doesn't. Now, months 10 to 12, go all in. Roll out what works, watch the numbers, change when needed, and plan to grow. What are you going to be tracking? Money numbers, revenue by product, package margins, customer costs, lifetime value of customers, and event profits. From an operations standpoint, you're going to want to track production speed, package sales, delivery costs, quality marks, and stock turns. Customer stats you're looking for: keep rates, average sales, visit counts, program use, and happy scores. Now, the 5 keys to making this win: track everything, check often, change fast, know your market, and stay flexible. Several craft breweries have successfully absorbed price increases while maintaining customer loyalty by focusing on a mix of creative solutions and strategy loyalty programs. Here are some key techniques and real-life examples. Hush Brewing in Arizona raised prices due to soaring input costs like raw materials and fuel. They kept their customers informed about the necessity of these increases, emphasized that the rises were unavoidable to maintain product quality. This transparency helped them retain trust and loyalty amongst their customer base. Founders Brewery implemented the Mug Club, offering discounts and access to exclusive beers. This program was essential in keeping regular customers engaged despite price hikes. Similarly, Stillfire Brewing revamped their insider loyalty program, offering new rewards and gamification to increase engagement, while cushioning the impact of price increases by adding value through exclusive experiences. Some breweries have focused on enhanced customer experience to justify higher prices. For instance, Stormbreaker Brewing created the Brewstillery Fest, pairing local brewers with distillers to offer a curated beer and spirit experience. This value-added experience helped the brewery maintain strong sales despite rising costs. Brewers like those at Bentwater Brewing Company and West 6th Street Brewing have turned to operational innovations, such as experimented with hop extracts to maximize yields, which helped offset cost. Additionally, they explored strategic collaborations and partnerships to reduce expenses and maintain competitive prices. These strategies show that a combination of clear communication, added value through unique experiences, and loyalty programs can help craft brewers successfully navigate price increases while maintaining long-term customer loyalty. Listen, your profits matter. This data works. The numbers prove it. These methods can start increasing your revenue, some in just a matter of weeks. They've worked for other breweries, and they'll work for you. Want all these price strategies in one place? Remember, drop pricing in the comments, and I'll send you this whole PDF guide. You make great beer, now make great money. Hit subscribe for more profit-building tools next week. Give this video a like if you'll use just one of these new pricing ideas. Questions, put in the comments. Let's grow together.